I live in a cage. I know every inch of it, its contours, its dimensions, every curve, top to bottom, bottom to top, and all around. I can move around in it easily, even with my eyes closed. As a matter of fact, I usually have my eyes closed. I tend to sleep a lot. My cage is funny. My cage is cool. My cage is mine. There are a lot of things to do in my cage. I watch movies. I like westerns, the wide open spaces. Or Star Wars, the sky's the limit. I collect monkeys and other things from my childhood. Every day I leave the cage to go to work. I flitter around like a bird in a cage until it's time to go home. There are times I think about escaping the cage. But my cage knows I'll never leave. It's scary out there.
COVID-19, the disease that defined our lives in 2020.
2020 is now the deadliest year in U.S. history.
Since late March, the U.S. has led the world with the most cases and the most deaths.
Thought there were about 140 to 150,000 ballots remaining. There's some indication that there may be more than that.
There was very strong language from him, especially about his own members. The reason he didn't want this fight was because he knew it would highlight divisions within the party.
My mind is a computer. I can process information rapidly to formulate solutions to maximize manpower hours and box counts. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like outside the cage. My computer mind tells me the answer. Stay inside. I'm not good enough. I'm too old. There's not enough time. Stay safe inside the cage with all your fantasies and imaginary friends. Hello, I'm Jeremy, and this is my final project. Thank you for watching. This was a very difficult year for me. I had to deal with a lot of shit, health issues, money issues, very physically demanding job. And when Joy approached me with this class, Joy's my stepmother. I told her, with all these problems I was facing, I was too petrified to move, to act on these things, and everything I had to deal with demanded some sort of action. So she recommended me taking the class, and normally I'm a very shy person and a writer. I'm a writer. And also I was very creatively stagnant. I hadn't written anything in a long time. So I took the class, and, the forced interaction, doing these really deep exercises about, realizing who you are and examining who you are. And I saw results immediately, especially at the workplace where, I had just had a new position where I'm on the sales floor and I have to deal with customers. And that was my least favorite part of the job, is dealing with customers. And I rushed headfirst into it, and I started getting compliments from customers and getting compliments from my coworkers and my managers. So I noticed how easy it was to change, the way I think about myself and about what I'm doing. So it was doing the journals that I really, found a lot. And my journals were pretty much the same day to day. My fear journals were usually about loss or fear of losing my job, losing my apartment, losing my parents. My parents are both elderly. My gratitude journals were basically thanks for having a job and happy I still have an apartment and that my parents are still alive. My brag journals were mostly about work, how quickly I picked up the job, the compliments I got that day, how I had the ability to prioritize things and move faster than somebody else. Or a lot of times my brags were stuff that went on in class where, I, got the Nova of the week, or somebody said something nice about me, and the new and good I shared on the day. My love journals were basically about my love of movies and my love of sports and my love of, you see all the junk behind me, the nostalgia for childhood. There was one journal in particular I had been working my way to where I came through a breakthrough. So that's that. No, so that's the brag. My brag is that, I still care. I care. I guess I care. I can learn. I can move. I'm not a prisoner of my circumstances. That's my, I don't know, that's a secret power, I guess, right? Knowledge. Knowing your limitations are not real. Pushing forward. A better in-depth knowledge of myself. That a lot of the things I thought weren't true. And that I can move, and that I can grow, and that I can succeed. And there's no consequences. The consequences is if you don't do it. You'll never know. So maybe I'm bragging because I just figured out my superpower. So I like to thank Joy, the School of Joy, Harmony, Kissy, for all your work. I like to thank my classmates for your support and your willingness to share yourselves. It made me feel more comfortable and made me realize that, I wasn't alone in the world. And I can't wait to move on to the next phase of my journey and then moving on with my life. Thank you very much again.
sensation.